Good morning, everyone. I hope you have an amazing day. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. We are here today in London, a historic and beautiful city in England. For so many years, we have been exploring the city of London. Even people who have never been to London can tell you what the main highlights of the city are. People come to London to see Big Ben, the Tower Bridge, the London Eye, Buckingham Palace, Westminster Abbey, Houses of Parliament, St. Paul's Cathedral, and Trafalgar Square, among others. But there is a different side of London if you are looking for a more unique and local experience. London is an incredible city hiding countless hidden gems that most tourists never see. In this video, I would like to share with you the most unique, cool, and special places that will make your visit to London more memorable and are truly worth your time. But before anything else, please subscribe to my channel and click the notification bell so that you will be notified of my next video. So join me as we explore these hidden gems of London. Number 1. The Roof Terrace at One New Change. One New Change is an office complex and a shopping center located just streets away from St. Paul's Cathedral in the city of London. Its sleek, modern design was completed in 2010 at a cost of £500 million. Perhaps the best aspect of the design is the public rooftop terrace with wonderful views of London. There is no charge or booking required to visit the terrace at One New Change, making this one of the best free things to do in London. So let's go up to the 6th floor to have a wonderful view of St. Paul's Cathedral and the skyline of London. Number 2, the Royal Exchange. The Royal Exchange is one of London's grandest and most iconic buildings, located in the heart of the City of London. The vision of Sir Thomas Gresham, the Royal Exchange was originally built in 1566 and was Britain's first purpose-built center for trading stocks. With the introduction of luxury boutiques in around 1660, it also became the country's first department store. Today, the Royal Exchange remains a hub of activity and home to world-renowned luxury brands and independent boutiques. Did you know Sir Thomas Gresham's Royal Exchange has burned down twice, in the Great Fire of 1666 and again in 1838. The current Grade 1 listed building is Victorian, but still features a golden grasshopper emblem of the Gresham family. Number 3, the Greenwich Tunnel. Everyone knows about London's bridges, the Tower Bridge, London Bridge, even the Millennium Bridge. People use these bridges to cross the Thames River. But do you know about the Greenwich Foot Tunnel? Deep under the Thames lies a public pathway between the north and south side of the river. Over 4,000 people use this tunnel every day, which adds up to a whopping 1.5 million each year. Pretty crazy, right? It might not look like much to the untrained eye, but when it opened in 1902, it was one of the city's most impressive engineering achievements, burrowing under the Thames with 370 meters of dead straight tunnel in line with Sir Alexander Binney's design. Originally lined with 200,000 white tiles, sections have been replaced by reinforced steel and concrete after the tunnel sustained bomb damage during the Second World War. It only takes around 5 minutes to walk through the Greenwich Foot Tunnel, but it's the experience of seeing Victorian engineering up close that makes it so special, and some people even believe it's haunted. And where else can you say you walk underneath the Thames? To access the Greenwich Foot Tunnel on either side of the Thames, look out for the red brick building with a green dome on top. It's completely free to walk through, so take your time appreciating the hard work it took to build. Number 4, the Painted Hall, the Royal Naval College in Greenwich. The Painted Hall is a true masterpiece, boasting one of the most spectacular Baroque interiors in Europe. The extraordinary ceiling and wall decorations were conceived and executed by British artist Sir James Thornhill. The epic painting scheme, known as Britain's Sistine Chapel, took 19 years from the start of the commission to its completion in 1726. By turns extravagant, playful, thoughtful, naive, and politically shrewd, Thornhill's scheme earned him a knighthood and a payment of £6,685. For 100 years from 1824, the hall was given over to the First National Gallery of Naval Art for becoming home to the Royal Naval College in 1869 after the last Greenwich pensioners left the site. From 1937 to 1997, the Painted Hall functioned as a dining space for trainee officers of the Royal Navy. In 2019, after an 8.5 million restoration project to clean and conserve the magnificent 17th century paintings, the Painted Hall was reopened to the public. Number 5, the Tulip Stairs at the Queen's House in Greenwich. According to the museum, the Tulip Stairs are the first centrally unsupported stairs in England, copying a Venetian model. The stone threads lock perfectly into each other, and the wall, requiring no central structure and creating the famous upwards view. The striking wrought iron rail has been restored to its original small blue. It has long been described as showing tulips, but they are probably lilies, the royal flower of France, in compliment to Henrietta Maria, the queen consort for Charles I. The stairs truly are gorgeous. The blue wrought iron work is so striking against the white walls, and the flowers are gorgeous without being dizzying. The Tulip Stairs are located on the ground floor of the Queen's House, near the impressive Great Hall in Greenwich. Number 6, the Dickens Inn. Has a long and interesting history, which, funnily enough, has nothing directly to do with Charles Dickens himself. Why? Because whilst the famous 19th century novelist did frequent the area regularly when he was at the height of his fame, the building that now houses the Dickens Inn would have been a warehouse and not the pub it is today. Charles Dickens certainly wrote about the area with many of his books, citing this particular part of London, along with many other similar working class areas of Victorian London. Originally thought to have been either a tea warehouse or perhaps a brewery warehouse from the late 1700s, the Dickens Inn has survived the threat of being demolished a number of times over the years. This wonderfully preserved wooden structure was one of only a handful of buildings to survive in the area in the Blitz of World War II and was again saved from developers in an area regeneration program in the 1960s. Number 7, St. Dunstan in the East. The tranquil ruins of the medieval church, St. Dunstan in the East, is one of London's leafy hidden spots. The 1,000-year-old ruin, a mere stone's throw from the Tower of London, is not well known to tourists, unlike its famous neighbor, but has the allure of an undiscovered urban sanctuary. The church ruins and delightful garden provide a green space for office workers from the skyrise buildings that engulf its tiny space and for visitors who unintentionally stumble upon its setting. Following the construction of the Saxon church in the 12th century, it was dedicated to St. Dunstan. He was a monk in the 10th century who later became Archbishop of Canterbury. The Great Fire of London in 1666 saw the church receive considerable damage, and it was initially patched together. Bombing raids again took the toll during the Second World War, destroying much of St. Dunstan in the east. All that now remains of the original structure are the tower and steeple, obviously very well built by Christopher Wren and surprisingly the outer walls. After the war, it was decided not to rebuild the church again. In 1970, it was opened as a public garden for the people of London to enjoy. Number 8, the garden at 120. Soak up knockout views of London from the capital's newest roof terrace, the garden at 120. The free-to-enter roof garden is reachable via a lift and boasts views of the Gherkin, the Shard, and 20 Fenchurch Street, otherwise known as the Walkie-Talkie. The perfect spot to while away a sunny afternoon, the 3,000 square foot space has water features, wildflowers, and manicured hedges. The garden is open from Monday to Friday from 10 o'clock in the morning to 6:30 in the evening and is closed at weekends. So go up there and enjoy yourself. Number 9, Leadenhall Market. The ornate 19th century painted roof and cobbled floors of Leadenhall Market, located in the historic center of London's financial district, make it a rather magical place to do a bit of shopping. Even before it played a starring role in the Harry Potter films, this covered Victorian market is one of the oldest markets in London, selling meat and fish as far back as 14th century. The current green and red roof, however, was constructed in 1881 and made Leadenhall Market a popular attraction in London. The marketplace was featured a few times in the series. It was the film location for some of the original exterior shots of Diagon Alley, the cobblestone shopping hub of the Wizarding World, where Hogwarts students can stock up on school supplies like spellbooks and wands. Number 10, Little Venice. Little Venice is one of London's picturesque and serene places located near the popular Paddington. But what it offers is a quiet walk closer to nature, far, far away from the touristy and crowded attractions. One look at the place and you will forget that you are in an international city. It comes as no surprise that the area is becoming increasingly popular among travelers who are seeking an alternate experience in London. The canals of Little Venice are filled with brightly colored boats lined with green trees in the backdrop. As you walk along the canal on the walking path, you cannot miss the Georgian buildings and the charm they have retained all these years. The bright colors against the lush green thus provide an excellent photo opportunity. Walk the long stretch along the canal or sip in the beer and enjoy the vibe around you. Number 11, Kyoto Garden. Kyoto Garden is like a tiny pocket of Japanese inside an English setting. The garden was opened in 1991 as a gift from Kyoto to commemorate the long friendship between Japan and Great Britain. The garden is carefully designed to reflect key traits of Japanese gardens, including stone lanterns, tired waterfalls, and plenty of fish. The crashing water is occasionally mixed with the sound of peacocks who wander around the park despite these occasional bird calls. A few minutes in the Kyoto Garden will have a restorative effect to your spirit. Number 12, Neal's Yard. Tucked away down a tiny side street in Seven Dials is Neal's Yard, one of London's prettiest streets. It's easy to miss, but it would be unfortunate if you did. Inside this little enclave, you can get everything from pizza to pedicures, and every business is committed to sustainable and ethical commercial practices. Not too long ago, Neil's yard was used as a waste area filled with bins, so instead of people capturing that perfect Instagram shot, you'd probably find rats. Luckily, before it was demolished, a bloke called Nicholas Saunders used his entrepreneurial skills to save the space and create the buzzing, colorful corner that it is today. It all started with Saunders' very own whole food store, but everyone initially thought he was mad. Neil's yard wasn't even on the map. Anyway, long story short, the whole thing ended up being a huge success, and soon there wasn't a single empty building in the yard. So there you are, 12 hidden gems in London. There are more waiting to be discovered, but unfortunately, we only managed to visit and see 12 of these as we have run out of time and my left foot is hurting from all the walking. So I hope you have enjoyed this video and be inspired to find your own hidden gems in the amazing city of London. Thank you for watching and please don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you in my next video.